What is up, my chicken nuggets with a side of fries? Today, we are looking at the version exclusives for legendaries in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now, these are pretty shocking. I don't know about you, but I saw the trailer today, and I saw we were literally getting dozens and dozens of amazing legendaries. My jaw was to the floor. I had no idea we would be getting all these, not only legendaries, but we have some really big Pokemon in here. Some really big cover art Pokemon like Dialga and Palkia. So in this video, I will show you each Pokemon that are going to Ultra Moon and which ones are going to Ultra Sun, so you can help digest that and pick which one you want to choose for a game. Because now you have to choose much more than if you want Solgaleo or Lunala. Because if you have Lunala and you really like Lunala, but all the rest of your favorite legendaries are in Pokemon Sun, you may now consider getting Pokemon Sun, which I am actually strongly considering because all my favorite Pokemon of all time are in Pokemon Sun now, Ultra Sun, whereas I personally like Lunala better. So this is definitely making my choices harder, but it could also make your choices easier for making your decision between Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So I will be going one by one. So starting off with Ultra Sun, we have Ho-Oh, Reiko, Groudon, Latios, Dialga, Heatran, Reshiram, Tornadoes, and Xerneas. Some really great Pokemon in here. I love Xerneas so much. I really love Ho-Oh as well. So there's some really good contenders. There's some contenders that I didn't really expect to be in Ultra Sun. After I talk about Moon, I will do a side-by-side comparison of each of the duos. So for example, Dialga and Palkia. So you can go step by step with me picking which one you like better. Pokemon Ultra Moon is getting the following Pokemon: Lugia, Entei, Kyogre, Latias, Palkia, Regigigas. Really shocking there. They get Regigigas as opposed to Heatran there, which is a pretty big thing. Zekrom, Thunderous, and Yveltal. Now there are some really big ones I love here as well. I love Lugia, Kyogre, and Zekrom, and even Yveltal. There's a lot of Pokemon I love there too. And of course for Ultra Moon, you are getting Lunala and that new form with Necrozma. So you have a lot of decisions here to make. And of course you have Solgaleo in Pokemon Sun. So there's some really good Pokemon here. I'm going to go side by side the pairs, which pair went to which, and I will explain the reasoning why, and also which one I prefer better. This will help you interpret the list better, really comparing a Pokemon like Lugia and Ho-Oh one by one. That could make your choice easier instead of just looking at the big list in one big gulp. So the first pair, Ho-Oh and Lugia. Ho-Oh is going to Sun, Lugia is going to Moon. This is obvious. Lugia is more of a moon-looking Pokemon. It is gray and dark blues, while Ho-Oh is like the sun, and it's bright yellows and oranges. So that makes a lot of sense. Personally, I love both these legendaries so much. I think I like Lugia a bit more, so I think that goes to a point for Ultra Moon for me. Entei vs Raikou. This one was really shocking to me. Entei feels very fiery to me. He seems like a sun Pokemon, but then again, so is Raikou. Raikou, no less, seems more sunny because it's electric and yellow, while Entei, I think, really does pull off that mystical vibe that a moon Pokemon could. Just in the movie, the Entei movie, it does seem kind of dark and moony, and that's the only explanation I can think of. I'm surprised that Suicune wasn't Moon. I think it would have made more sense if Suicune was in Moon and Raikou wasn't in either, or just both, and then Entei was in Sun. But yeah, that's your pair. Personally, this is kind of a wash. Either one I'm fine with, so I don't really care either way. I don't have a strong preference when it comes to the dogs, but I do like Suicune a lot, and I'm surprised it's not there. One thing I will say before I go into the next bunch is Giratina can be in both games. So some Pokemon like that, at Rayquaza, there's some really big Pokemon that are going to both games, which is really cool. That we will be able to get big Pokemon like Giratina and Rayquaza in both titles. So speaking of Rayquaza, Kyogre and Groudon. Groudon is obviously going to Sun, while Kyogre is going to Moon, again with the same color scheme and feel. Personally, I love Kyogre a bit more, so that's another point for Moon, but I do love Groudon. The next one was shocking to me. Latios and Latias. Latias is going to Sun, and Latias is going to Moon. Now, I really thought, you know, red, sun, blue, moon, but the colors just, I felt, are kind of all over the place now. But yes, Latios is going to Ultra Moon, and Latias is going to Ultra, Latios is going to Ultra Sun, Latias is going to Ultra Moon. So, very, very, very big contrast there. I'm kind of surprised they did that. That's not one, they're basically just a color swap. There's nothing really too special there. That doesn't really pull me in either direction. Next is Palkia and Dialga. Dialga is going to Sun. Palkia is going to Moon. I guess Moon kind of has that pinkish, I don't know. I get kind of a mystical pink vibe from the Moon, but I also see Dialga in the Moon, but Dialga is going to Sun. Palkia is going to Moon. I like Dialga a bit more, so I guess this is a point for Sun, but I don't really have a huge preference towards either of them because I do love both of them a lot. Moving on, we have the one that really surprised me, that it just didn't make sense, because I feel like Regigigas is a much more bigger Pokemon than Heatran in terms of how legendary it feels. I know that sounds weird, but Regigigas feels like a more legendary. I feel like Heatran, you could have put in maybe something like, I don't know, like, I know Darkrai and Cresselia go together, but even Cresselia over Regigigas, I feel like Regigigas is a very random one to put because it's like the leader of a trio, you know? So anyways, Heatran is going to Sun, Regigigas is going to Moon. This one was just really weird. Heatran is obviously the more popular one because it's very good in competitive battles, so I guess that gives a win to Sun for me. Next, this one is pretty obvious. Zekrom and Reshiram. Reshiram is going to Sun. Zekrom is going to Moon. I think I like Zekrom and Reshiram about equally as well. A lot of these legendaries are just both so good that I don't really care either way. But I think I do like Reshiram a bit better, so that's another win for Sun. Obviously, Reshiram represents the Sun. Zekrom represents the Moon a lot more. So next is Thunderous and Tornadoes. I find it interesting how they worked with these duos, or trios actually, because they're missing some, obviously. So Tornadoes going to Sun, Thunderous going to Moon. The reasoning doesn't make too much sense there, but I guess they can't really do Landorus because, you know, that would be the Earth. And finally, the one that is my favorite duo of all, Yveltal and Xerneas. Xerneas is going to the Sun, Yveltal is going to the Moon. I feel like both these Pokemon, Yveltal and Xerneas, could fit on the Moon. Yveltal is very dark and scary. Xerneas just feels like, you know, he has Moonblast, and he just feels, I feel like Fairy very much goes with the Moon. I mean, they have Moonlight, Moonblast. They have lots of Moon imagery with fairies, so I think either of these could have fit on Moon. I would have almost preferred it if they put something like, I don't know, what's another fire-ish legendary? Something like Volcarona. No, Volcarona isn't really legendary, but he's kind of legendary. He's a weird little specimen, he is. But even something like, I would have, okay, where is Darkrai? Darkrai fits in Cresselia. Both of them fit perfectly on the Moon. I guess then you'd have a lopsided Moon versus Sun. But I mean, at that point, you can just put things like Suicune on Sun. It doesn't really have to make sense just to make it work, you know? Something like, you could put, they could have put Genesect on the Sun. They could have picked Victini. Victini fits so perfectly for the Sun. And Moltres on the Sun. There are a lot of Pokemon they could have put on the Sun, so that way they could put the obvious Cresselia and Darkrai on the Moon. But, you know, and Jirachi would have fit on the Moon too. But it's fine, it's fine. Besides that, I mean, I'm super thankful that we have all these legendaries. So, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the legendaries on Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun? For me, the winners are Lugia, Entei, Kyogre, Latios, I guess, so that's 1 point, Dialga, Heatran, Reshiram, Tornadoes, and Xerneas, so Moon wins a bit for me, and I like Lunala better than I like Solgaleo, but comment down below, which group of legendaries do you like better, the ones on Moon or the ones on Sun? Thank you for watching. For more Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon videos, you can hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.